Hi, I'm Bryan Paul. Welcome to another episode of Backlogged. Sometimes, games don't stay in my backlog for very long. Other times, brand new original games come out in 2015 for your original NES. The Mad Wizard, A Candelabra Chronicle, is in fact a brand new game for your NES, developed by Sly Dog Studios. They're a relatively unknown indie developer, and even their own website didn't tell me much about their background. For those unfamiliar with the homebrew community, there have been some really great recent releases on the NES. Battle Kid 1 and 2 by Cyvac Games, Larry and Study Hall by K-Han Games, and Anomalous by Gradual Games. But there's something special about the Mad Wizard. You'll play as Heckle, a wizard on a search to reclaim his magical items and powers across the land of Prism and defeat the evil that has taken over. Immediately, you'll probably notice that the graphics are a bit primitive, but totally endearing. And although everything looks a bit similar to, say, Castle Quest or maybe Montezuma's Revenge, the Mad Wizard has a style all its own. Initially, I assumed this was a puzzle platformer, and although I don't think that's totally inaccurate, it's definitely more of an adventure game with a Metroidvania-style progression system. Heckle starts the game extremely weak. Even the easiest of enemies are pretty dangerous. You won't want to take any damage from level enemies because A, there's no way to restore your health outside of dying or continuing, and B, you'll need all of your health to fight the bosses. And it's safe to say, when you encounter the first boss, you'll feel totally outmatched. Upgrading your powers is a game changer, literally. You'll learn to summon magic bridges, teleport, and learn to levitate higher and further until making the entire world accessible and more fun to explore. From start to finish, I played through the Mad Wizard in just over 3 hours, missing only one item. For me, it was actually the perfect length, keeping me greatly anticipating the already announced sequel. There are negatives. The music is great and catchy, but it's extremely repetitive, with 2 primary songs, one for above ground, one for below, and a separate tune for bosses and the final level. Also, the more powers you gain, the more button combinations you have to remember. Most commands become second nature almost immediately, but I had a few accidental deaths because I transported across the screen when I meant to summon a box. Neither of these complaints affect what I think of the Mad Wizard. I definitely see myself pulling this game out once every year or two for a quick playthrough. Homebrew games can be really good or really bad depending on who makes them. I bought the Mad Wizard totally blind based on one screenshot and absolutely no reviews, and it turned out to be better than I could have expected. In fact, it's the best game I've reviewed so far on Backlogged. A solid 9 out of 10. I can't wait for the sequel. So that's it for another episode of Backlogged. Stay tuned for the next episode where I'll play another game that needs playing. But in the meantime, keep an eye out for myself and Mike Zeller on our every week podcast, Gaming Without Parole. You'll find that right here on YouTube. As always, thank you for watching.